Hey, let me teach you something that's not gonna take very long, and the results are gonna be incredible for your sales team. It's something that I call a CFD, stands for Clear Future Date. Have you ever heard of this? It makes perfect sense and it's so easy, and so many people aren't doing it. My name is Jason Barnaby. I'm the Chief Firestarter at Firestarters Inc. And I am excited to show you this little thing that's gonna make a huge impact on appointment setting for your team. Clear Future Date is simply this. Most of us, when we are talking with the client, we get to the end of the conversation, maybe they're a prospect, and we say, oh, this was great. Send me the information and we'll reconnect in a couple of weeks. And then what happens? You get busy, they get busy, you remember, oh, I needed to send that invite, and oh, I forgot to do that, and now they're busy, and it's like, who was this person that I met with? Here's what we do to erase all of that. No more back and forth email ping-ponging, no more calendar figuring out who's gonna do what when. Super simple, CFD. Here we go, step one. While you are still on the phone with your client, you are going to say at the end of the call, hey, since we're both talking right now, we have a couple of minutes and you're in front of your calendar, can you pull that up for me really quickly? They'll say, yes, I can. So they'll pull up that calendar and you say, well, how about we reconnect in 2 weeks? You said that it would take about 2 weeks to review everything and talk to everybody. So what does this date at this time look like? You give that person the date. That's part two. You put it out there for them. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, but at least you're talking live and figuring out when that needs to be. When you finally land on what date and what time, while you are still talking to the person on the phone, you say, great, I'm going to send you a calendar invite right now. So let me make sure that I have your email address correct. And while you're still on the phone, you put it all in, you send the invite. So that's part three. Part four is you make sure that they got it, because as you know, stuff goes to spam. Oh, I never got the email, I never got the invite. So this will ensure that they've got it. You'll have time to check for spam if that's where it went. And then the last and the key piece here is that they accept the meeting. And now what has happened is you have had a conversation. They have verbally accepted the meeting. They have accepted the meeting physically through the invite. And here's what I find, that when we do that, people are less likely to bail on you in that follow-up conversation because they have given their word that they're going to be there. That's a CFD. Super simple, super quick, makes a tremendous difference in how you will continue to set appointments. So we just talked about a clear future date, and in Firestarter's language, what I would call that is a match. You strike the match, you get some heat, you get some energy, there's a flame, but you know that if you hold on to a match too long, it's gonna burn to the end, and that's it. In order to really create a sustainable fire within your team, you need three major components. And the way that I like to explain those is through the illustration of a fire triangle. In a fire triangle, you have three sides. You need a heat source, you need oxygen, and you need fuel. In the same way, in order to really light your sales team up and to get them to be in a place where the fire is burning bright, you need responsibility and accountability. You need to make sure that that CRM is updated. You need to make sure that those close dates are right. You need to make sure that the deal stages are correct. You need to make sure that the next steps are there. You need to make sure that there are notes in the CRM to let us know what's going to happen next. Because we all know that salespeople don't always hang around forever, and we hand over that information in the CRM to the person that's next, and they go, there's no notes. The close dates were in the past. It's thrown off your forecast. So the responsibility and the accountability to make sure that your people are doing what they need to do. Having sales team meetings. I'm amazed at how many people don't have sales team meetings. You need to be meeting with your team on a regular basis. And in addition to that, you need to have one-on-ones with your sales team, because there are going to be people who will take the charge and go out and sell the things that they need to sell. And there are going to be others that are going to need help. And you really can't get on top of that unless you have those one-on-one meetings and you're really understanding where your folks are and what they need to do. That's the first piece, that responsibility and accountability. Crucial for a sales team that's going to be on fire. Secondly, the metrics piece, which I talked about a little bit already, but all of that stuff that goes into the CRM. Do you know how many calls need to be made to set up a certain number of meetings, to then generate a particular number of proposals, to then result in sales that are meeting or exceeding plan? We all love to exceed plan. We love to be able to go back to our C-suite folks and tell them how wonderfully we've done and what it is that we're doing. So it's the responsibility and accountability, the metrics that go along with that, and then really the secret sauce is making sure that you're developing your people. I know that you think that I've hired smart people. I'm paying them well. They should be able to go out and not only hit their goals, but crush their goals. I know that. I used to run sales teams. I was a salesperson. I get it. I've had those quotas, the stress and the pressure that's coming quarter to quarter to quarter to quarter, and wondering, how am I going to do this? What I did last quarter didn't work so well, but my teammate over here is crushing it. But they don't want to share anything with me because they want to keep crushing it. So they're over there being their individual self, and we're not really a synergistic team. And to really, 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 the fuel that is really going to fire up this team and to keep them burning bright is to make sure that you know what their individual motivators are, how they behave in stress, what kind of interpersonal dialogue are they having with themselves, and what kinds of things are they doing when they're trying to build relationships with folks. If that piece is missing, all the responsibility and accountability and all the metrics in the world aren't going to do it unless you finish the fire triangle out with this third piece of individual and team development. So that's a lot, right? That's a lot. Responsibility, accountability, metrics, leading the sales team, the one-on-ones. And I'm gonna guess that even as you're listening to the video and watching, you're going, yeah, Jason, I know that. I know all of it. I know that I need to have one-on-ones. I know that the metrics are not the way they need to be. I know that I haven't been as responsible because my calendar is a mess because I have all these other things that are going on. I know that you know, and I know that your intentions are good, but you can't clone yourself. You can't find more time in a day. You can't let go of some of those things that are super important, and that's where somebody like me can come in and be your fractional sales leader, take over the responsibility, the accountability, the metrics, and the individual and team development of your sales team, and make sure that we crush the goals. So here's my invitation. Book a discovery call with me today, and let's talk about what your needs are. Let's talk about where you want to go. Let's talk about things that you would love to be able to do, but you just simply don't have the time. That's where I come in. I come in as a partner to walk along beside you so that those goals and those objectives that you set at the beginning of the year, that you promised your board, that you want to see on the bottom line, that we achieve those and hit the stretch goal. Wouldn't it be great to hit that stretch goal and know that it was taken care of? That's what we can do together. So book that call and let's talk today.